So this is going to be a recap of the other one, season 1, episode 3, the boat party. So it opens with Cathy and Tess in a wedding shop, which is supposed to be Cathy's opportunity to try on wedding dresses and, decide what her style is going to be. But of course, her mother having to be the center of attention. She's actually wearing the dress and has decided that because she loves this dress and this dress looks beautiful on her, that this is going to be the perfect dress for Cathy's wedding. So we can already see where this is going, all right?
Marcus is going to love it. And how about...
So Cathy just basically said, you know what, I have to go back to work. So she gets to work and her office chair is gone. And there was a meeting, and it's one of those things where they didn't have enough chairs, so they just pull a chair. It's an empty desk, or somebody's out, and they just take the chair. So the meeting ended, and the guy came out and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just needed the right of chairs. I needed to use this chair." So he gave her the chair, and she kind of snapped. I guess all of that pent up anger and frustration just came out, and she snapped, and she basically demolished this chair. Suddenly she's sitting in HR, and they have basically decided that they are going to send her home on compassionate leave. So they're basically giving her some time off to get her mind right. But she doesn't want to tell her mother and Marcus, so she has Kat pick her up. And so she, keeps up the pretense that she is, that she's, nothing is wrong. So she get home and she sees that Marcus and her mom are redoing the seating charts, which of course she's like, wait a minute, I've already done this. And her mom has decided that this woman named Verity, that I guess Cathy went to school with, who she's now a pilot, and she thinks her mom makes the statement that I think that she would be, she's my pick for being your maid of honor.
Why is Verity Longworth on the top table? She would be my candidate for maid of honor.
So we get to Kat and Marilyn's house. So she has the dress. So Kat, she gave the dress to Kat to keep. So Marilyn's looking at this dress and she's like, oh my God, because she never had the wedding and, she wanted to try the dress on. But of course, Kat told her no, because she's taking this responsibility serious, because she wants to be the maid of honor, because, it's her sister. And Cathy is basically like, I don't want to, I can't really talk about it right now. She just wanted her to watch, to keep the dress. So, Cathy is still keeping up the pretense that she's going to work, but she ended up going to therapy. And her therapist, as oh my God, I've seen her in other stuff, but she's a gorgeous woman, shaved head, like dark skin. I mean, I wish I knew her name. I've seen her in other stuff, but she's sitting there perched up, beautiful, skin glowing, and Cathy is impressed by her. She sees her, this woman as somebody has it all together. She's well put together. Like, she's really, talking, she really likes, her therapist.
Could you do some homework for me this week? Oh, yes, please. I love a bit of homework. Can you try and talk to your mum about your dad?
So, we flash back to Marilyn and Kat's house. I don't know where Kat is, but Marilyn just snuck her ass in the room and put that ugly dress on, and she's walking around like she's some princess in this ugly dress while smoking, okay? So eventually Cathy and Kat arrive home, and she was able to get out of the dress and then come down and act like nothing happened. They started asking, so Marilyn and Kat started asking her, questions about her mom, and she realized that she really doesn't know a whole lot about her mom's wedding date or wedding dress or anything.
Was she like this about her own wedding? What was that like? Yeah, who was a maid of honour? Was it your Auntie Dawn? I bet it was your Auntie Dawn.
Oh. I don't know. I've actually never asked.
And so she decided to, ask her mom. She got home and she asked her mom about the wedding, and her mom basically said, I hated my wedding. She asked her about the wedding dress. She was like, I burned it. I hated my wedding. I hated, my marriage was a shambles, and I wish I had never gone.
I burnt it. I hate everything about my wedding. I should never have gone ahead with it.
So Cathy is, she has her second session. So while she's talking to her mom about the wedding dress, she's actually going through the therapist's Instagram. So she has her second session, and this is the session where the therapist asked her about the incident with the chair. And she kind of beat around the bush for a little bit, and then she basically said that, I think it stemmed from, we going wedding dress shopping with my mom, and her making me pick this dress that I don't like. And she basically told her, your homework for the night is you have to talk to your mom about the wedding dress. So, we flash back to Marilyn. She's back at the house. She didn't have to put this damn dress on again, smoking, and just all this nonsense, right? So Cathy and Kat come to the house. She's now trying to get out this dress. This time, she rips the dress. Right. So, around this time, Tess goes to pick Cathy up for lunch, or to ask her about, she wanted her to make this decision about this band, the wedding band. And that's when she found out that Cathy has been to work all week. She's been out on compassionate leave. So, of course, she's trying to pretend like, play it off like she knew, but of course, she's upset.
Cathy hasn't been in all week. She went psycho over a chair and got sent on compassionate leave.
At this point, Kat has decided she's going to throw a boat party for Cathy. And so she invited a bunch of people over. They're all having a good time. They're singing. They're having a good time, drinking, dancing, doing what they do. So Cathy ends up alone with Marilyn, and Marilyn ends up telling her that she's needed to apologize to her, that she was trying to dress on and she accidentally ripped the dress.
I've ruined your wedding dress. I was trying it on, and then I got trapped in it, and I've ripped the zip. She
finds out that Cathy don't really give a damn. She thought the dress was ugly. She didn't even like the dress anyway. So she was like, "You did me a favor. I'm really not, I really don't care." So Marilyn puts this ripped dress on, and now she's drinking, and she's a little high and little tips. And so she's in the fray with everybody else with this wedding dress on. Now, Kat doesn't know this. So she feel like she's let Cathy down, and now she's mad at her mom. What is wrong with you? So she ends up running outside. Cathy ends up going behind her and basically saying that, no, the dress, it's not a big deal. I hated that dress. It's fine. Your mom did me a favor. And then Cathy ends up asking her to be her maid of honor. So, of course, she agreed. So, they're now in the house cutting up, drinking, being merry. And that's when Marcus had tracked her phone, and so they realized where she was. So, they pull up, and they see all these people. They all on the lawn drunk. Some people passed out, the whole thing. And so now her mom feels like she's fraternizing with the enemy.
Oh, boy! Just go.
So Cathy ends up heading home. She takes the bus, and she ends up seeing this therapist that she had held in such high regard. She saw her. She was on her cell phone, drunk, cussing somebody out. Like, it was unsightly. So now she's like, oh, okay. She's looking. The therapist saw her. They made eye contact, but I don't think that she was so drunk. I don't even think she could even muster any shame right at that point.
You're gonna regret this, you absolute piece of Peter.
So the following morning, she ends up trying to talk to her mom, and she basically said that yes, I went crazy and I attacked this chair, and they sent me out on compassionate leave. And she's like, it's grief. I feel like I'm grieving. I'm going through this, but I don't feel like I can talk to you about it, because every time I try to talk to you about the past and talk to you about that, you shut down. And so she ends up taking her in the house, and she pulls her wedding dress out. She lies. She didn't burn her wedding dress. And she, saw the dress, and Cathy loved the dress, and she basically asked her mom if she could wear her dress. She wanted to wear her mother's dress to her wedding.
Please, can I wear this one? So much more me.
And of course, her mother said yes. She said, I guess we could take the other one back. And then, of course, that's when she made the face yeah, I got something to tell you. Now she's going to have to tell her that Marilyn was trying to playing dress up in the dress and then rip the dress. So we going to have to eat the cost of that dress. Basically it ended when she made the facial expression, because you knew they was just going to have that conversation. But that's pretty much how this episode ended.